Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is matter around us pure, we were talking about that of the solution, concentration of the solution, and we have seen that what are the different methods by which we can find out the concentration. There is mass percentage, mass by volume percentage, as well as volume percentage. Mass by mass percentage includes that mass of the solute upon mass of the solution into 100. That is what? That is the mass percentage. Okay. So, mass percentage is mass of the solute upon mass of the solution into 100 is mass percentage. Volume percentage is the percentage in which volume of the solute upon volume of the solution into 100 is the volume percentage. And mass by volume percentage is mass of the solute upon volume of the solution is the mass by volume percentage. Then we have understood what is the concentration and how we can convert a concentrated solution into dilute one. Always add water. When we say that how to make a concentrated or dilute solution, so we must add the acid into that of the water. Okay, so we can say here that, so how can we convert a concentrated solution into a dilute solution? So concentrated solution is a solution in which the solute is in more amount, and dilute solution is a solution in which the more solvent will be present as compared to that of the solute here. See what happened. We can add the acid into the water, not water into the acid, by simply stirring it with the glass rod. So what happened? See, when we add the water into that of the acid, that will be an exothermic reaction, and in order to so what will happen? A lot of a heat will splash out, and that can harm to the person who is dealing with it. So what can we do? We can simply add the acid slowly with the wall of that by on the water. So this is how we can convert the concentrated acid into that of the dilute acid. Now the next one is that what are the different types of a solution is there. The first one is saturated solution. What is a saturated solution? Saturated solution is that solution in which no more solute can be added. Before that, let me tell you here what is unsaturated solution. So, unsaturated solution. What is an unsaturated solution? Unsaturated solution is that solution in which solute can be added to that of the solvent so that the solute can easily dissolve in it. It means still solvent is having the capacity to dissolve the solute in it. That kind of a solution is what? That is called as the unsaturated solution. So, if more amount of a solute can be added more amount of a solute can be added to the solvent such kind of a solution is called as a unsaturated solution. A solution in which more solute can be added easily. Such kind of a solution is a unsaturated solution. So suppose you have taken a sugar solution. So you have taken water and you are adding the 2 teaspoonful of sugar in it. Sugar will easily get dissolved in it. Again you are adding the sugar in it. That sugar is also get dissolved in it. Again you are adding the sugar in it, sugar get dissolved in it. Ultimately what happened, the sugar is continuously dissolving till that the solution is what, it is an unsaturated solution, because it is still having the power to dissolve more and more solute in it. What happened in the solution, students? Basically, why we are not able to see the sugar, even though when we taste it, there is still a taste of a sugar came out, or sugar will be there. So the sugar, actually the solvent is having the voids in it, it is having the gaps in it, and in which the sugar get interlocked, the sugar get filled into it. Okay. So we can say here that the sugar is what, the spaces which is present in it, that will be filled with that of the sugar, and it is because of this only the sugar can easily get dissolved in it. Now what happened? Now okay, so you have taken that half glass of water and added 2 teaspoonful of sugar. Sugar get easily dissolved in it. Now again you have added the sugar. Again you are adding the sugar into it. Ultimately a stage will reach when no more solute can be, no more sugar will dissolve in the water. It will remain present at the base of the solvent. Okay. So what does that mean? It means that now there is no availability of a void. Now there is no availability of a gaps in it in which sugar can be accommodated by that of the water. So all the spaces are filled now. And this is that stage where we can say that the solution becomes saturated, or it is a saturated solution. So what is a saturated solution? A solution in which no more solute can be added, that is called as the saturated solution. Okay. Saturated solution. What is a saturated solution? No more solute can be added in the solution, that is called as the saturated solution. Okay, so we have understood what is saturated solute and what is unsaturated solution. There is another thing, student, and that is supersaturated solution. Supersaturated solution. What is a supersaturated solution? So what happens? Suppose you are making the sugar syrup by adding the sugar in the water, and the water get easily dissolved in it. Now what will happen? There is a time afterwards you are not able to dissolve the sugar in it. Sugar will get settle down at the bottom. It will not going to dissolve in the water. Now you provide heat to it. When you heat it, then you will find that the sugar which was present at the base will get easily dissolved in it. Now you are continuously heating it. Now what happened, when you add more sugar to it, it will also get dissolved in it. So that solution in which more solute, we can say that a solution in which solute more than the amount of the solute, more than the amount of the solvent can be easily dissolved in it, that is called, at a particular temperature, is called as a super saturated solution. Okay, so we can write here that a solution which contains solute more than the amount of solute than the solvent I'm writing it here, than the solvent is called as supersaturated solution. So where the amount of solute is what? That is more than that of the solvent, such kind of a solution is called as a supersaturated solution. So unsaturated solution is that solution in which more solute can be added. Saturated solution is that solution in which no more solute can be added. But at a particular temperature, we can add more number of a solute to that of the solvent in order to make it a supersaturated solution. Okay, so this is about that of the saturated, unsaturated and supersaturated solution. Then solubility. Next one is solubility. Solubility is what? That is amount of solute which is required to be dissolved in the solvent in order to make it a saturated solution, that is called as a particular temperature, that is called as a solubility of the solution. Okay, so the amount of solute required to prepare a saturated solution in given quantity of solvent in a given quantity of solvent at a given temperature. So amount of a solute which is required to prepare a saturated solution in a given quantity of a solvent at a given temperature, that is called as a solubility. It means how much amount of a solute is required in order to prepare a saturated solution at a particular temperature, that will decide the solubility of an object, the solubility of a solution. So if a solution is able to dissolve the thing very easily, to make the things to make the saturated solution at a very low temperature, that will having the good solubility. Okay, now the solubility also depend upon the temperature, also depend upon the pressure, and this varies with the solid in the liquid and gases in the liquid. So let us see that how solubility varies with the temperature and pressure. Variation with temperature and pressure. So variation with temperature with temperature and pressure. Variation with the temperature and pressure. Okay, so what happened? The first case, solid in liquid. Solid in liquid. What happened if suppose we have taken the solute as a solid and solvent as a liquid? So, if the solute is what? It is a solid and we are dissolving it into a liquid solution. So, what will happen? Suppose we have taken the sugar and adding it into the water or a salt, and adding into water, sugar or salt is what? It is a solid one only. So, it will get easily dissolved in it. Now, how to make it a more saturated one? So, by increasing, what will happen if the temperature we will increase? So, when we increase the temperature, it will get easily mixed with that of the solvent. So, the tendency to dissolve in that of the solvent will increases with increase in temperature. Thus, we can say that the solubility also increases with increase in temperature. Okay, so we can say here that the temperature increases with the solubility increases, the solubility increases with increase in temperature. So, the solubility, if it is for solid and liquid, so the temperature, increase in temperature will also increases the solubility. Okay, so solubility increases with increase in temperature. Then, what will happen if it decreases the temperature? So, the solubility decreases with decrease in temperature. The solubility increases with increase in temperature and the solubility decreases with decrease in temperature. What happened in case of a pressure? So, pressure is having no impact, no effect, especially the case when we have taken solid and liquid. So we can write here that pressure is having no effect on solids in liquids. Solids in liquids. Okay. So the pressure is having no impact, no effect on solid in liquid, while the temperature have. Next one is gases in liquid. So gases in liquid. Gases in liquid. So we can say here, what happens when gases are in the liquid? Gases in liquid is what? If suppose you have taken the aerated drink that consisting of a carbon dioxide and water. So this is here it is talking about the same kind of a mixture in which gases are present in that of the liquid. So what will happen if suppose you will heat it? So when we provide temperature to gases, they will get the energy and they will start evolving. They start leaving the liquid. They start leaving the solution. So, with the increase in the temperature, the gases will also, the solubility, it decreases because the gases are evolving. So, obviously, the solubility decreases. So, increase in the temperature, the solubility decreases. So, here we can write it, increase in the temperature, increase in the temperature will decrease the solubility, of gases in liquids. Gases in liquid. Okay, so increase in the temperature will increases the solubility of the gas in liquid, and decrease in temperature will decreases the solubility of the gases in the liquid. Sorry, increase in the temperature will decreases the solubility. So here we can say that the temperature is what? It is inversely proportional to the solubility. Inversely proportional to the solubility. So when the temperature decreases, the solubility increases. When the temperature increases, the solubility decreases. Okay, so this is in the case of the gases in liquid. Now what is the effect of the pressure, or is there any effect of the pressure also? Yes, obviously gases work on the pressure itself. So when we increase the pressure, the gases start coming close to each other, and ultimately they will get dissolved in the solution. So we can say here that in gases and liquids, when the pressure increases, the solubility also increases. The solubility also increases with the increase in the pressure. Why is it so? When we increase the pressure, they start coming close to each other, and due to which we can say that they get easily mixed with each other. Okay, so with the increase in the pressure, the solubility also increases. The next one is when the pressure decreases, the solubility also decreases. The solubility also decreases. So when the pressure increases, the solubility increases. When the pressure decreases, the solubility decreases. Okay, so this is how the solubility varies with the temperature as well as with the pressure. Okay, students? So this is the solubility here. Now here the solubility also varies. If we talk about the solubility, so if we look at the sugar solubility in the water at 20 degrees Celsius, it is about 204 gram of a sugar can be dissolved in the water, which will help in making that of the water a saturated solution. Sodium chloride, 36 gram of a sodium chloride is enough at 20 degrees Celsius to form the saturated solution. And ammonium chloride 37 gram at 20 degrees Celsius, potassium chloride 35 gram, while potassium nitrate 32 gram. Similarly, if we take the solubility in water at a different temperature, talking about the sodium chloride, at 293 Kelvin we can add 36 gram of a sodium chloride, while at 313 Kelvin we can add 36 gram, and again at 315 we can add 37 gram of a sodium chloride. Okay, so this is all about that of solubility.